Hi, Dr. Sapp. I really like your questions about HIPAA. I worked as a qualified mental health professional, and we had to go through all the HIPAA training as well. So it was kind of interesting to go back to that because I haven't looked at it in a while. But what is HIPAA? HIPAA stands for the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. It was enacted by the 104th United States Congress and was signed by Bill Clinton in 1996. HIPAA is there to assure that individuals' health information is protected while still allowing those to use the health information provided to give care to the individual in need of it. So what are the issues surrounding HIPAA? Failures to set up precautions, so like encryptions, people who aren't supposed to be seeing the files gaining access to them, improper disposal of records, denying patients their access to their health records, and many more. How can someone ensure that they're complying with HIPAA? Having someone oversee the compliance that compliance is taking place, running risk assessments on the technology being used for the health records, because I know technology is big nowadays. Paper is not a thing as much anymore in certain professions. So we're all using like tablets and computers and all that stuff. Also setting procedures and rules for privacy and security. And also, lastly, something very important, training employees to be HIPAA compliant, because not knowing how to be HIPAA compliant would be useless. So what are the consequences for violating HIPAA? Something that I found was on a website that was an article, showed it in different tiers. So for the first one, it looks like it's about just the tiers of how it could be violated. So tier 1 was violating that it covered an entity that was unaware and could not have been realistically avoided, had a reasonable amount of care, had been taken to abide by the HIPAA rules. So that's one of the tiers out of that part. There was also a tier relating to money. So there was a minimum fine of, this one says, 10,000 per violation of up to 50,000, or minimum fine of 50,000 per violation. This one's criminal aspects of the consequences. So one of the tiers was obtaining personal health information under false pretenses, so up to 5 years in jail. One of them was obtaining personal health information for personal gain or malicious intent, up to 10 years in jail. And that's pretty much what I found on HIPAA. I'll add my references below if anyone would like to look at them. But yeah, I thought it was really interesting and a refresher about what HIPAA is. Although I've dealt with it before, being a qualified mental health professional previously at my old job. But yeah, I look forward to hearing from everyone else about your question and also replying to one of my classmates. Have a good evening.